Have you ever wondered what an IP address actually is, or the purpose it has? Well, you came to the right place. My name is Philip Waike, and today we'll be talking about IP addressing. Okay, so there are two different types of IP addresses. There are IPv4, or version 4, and IPv6, or yes, you guessed right, version 6. We're gonna focus on IPv4 since that still is the most common one. An IPv4 address consists of 32 bits and are written as 4 decimal numbers between 0 and 255, which are separated with a dot. So, for example, 192.168.1.1, which most people will recognize as the IP address of their router, since this is a standard address for most manufacturers. Now, IP addresses are used to send traffic outside of your own network. So, for instance, if you open your browser and type, let's say, google.com, your computer will look up what IP address google.com has and send the traffic there. Now, this is done with the help of something called DNS, which we'll cover in a different video. Back to the IP addresses. So, we talked about an IPv4 address consisting of 32 bits, but what is a bit? Well, a bit is kind of a signal. It can be a 0 or a 1, which can be equal to on or off. 1 is on, 0 is off. That's an easy way to look at it for many people. An IP address is actually 32 ones or zeros. Kind of like this. Now, if we translate these ones and zeros, we've got 192.168.1.1. But how do we translate it, you may ask? Well, we simply calculate it, since it's binary. It's binary numbers. So, if we have 32 bits, which are separated into 4 groups, each group contain 8 bits, so they are called octets. So if we look at an octet, or 8 bits, this is their worth depending on their position. So from the left to the right, well, your left to your right, my right to my left, we've got 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, and 1. Now, if we place our values above our first octet, we can see that our 2 ones that are followed by 6 zeros equals to 128 plus 64, which is 192. So we've talked about the IP address 192.168.1.1, but did you know that there are specific IPv4 addresses that you can use as you wish in your local network? There are 3 pools actually, which are 10.0.0.0 up to 10.255.255.255, 172.16.0.0 up to 172.31.255.255, and 192.168.0.0 to 192.168.255.255. These are also known as private addresses, which mean they cannot exist on the internet, which we call non-routable addresses. Non-routable addresses. Now, with every IP address, there is a subnet mask or net mask that go along with it. The net mask is there to tell the computer which IP addresses is in the same network. You've probably seen or heard of the most famous 255.255.255.0. This is known as a /24 prefix, which means that the first 24 bits or the first 3 octets belong to the network, and the last 8 bits or the last octet belongs to the device. This is called net ID and device ID, meaning that we can change the last octet as we wish in our network, but if we change an octet that belongs to the network, we've entered another subnet, and then we will need a router to communicate. For instance, if we have an IP address that is 10.0.0.10 with a /24 prefix or the net mask 255.255.255.0, and we have another IP address that has the same net mask or a /24 prefix but the address is 10.0.1.10, then we will need a router in between for them to communicate. Now, if you have any questions regarding IP addresses, or if there's something you'd like me to make a future video about, leave a comment down below. And if you found this information helpful, or if you at least found that you learned something, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And if you didn't like this video, try playing it again, but double the speed. See if it makes it better. And until next time, have a good one. Bye!